Are you on the lookout for an action-packed shooting game or a fun-filled endless runner? Or the best racing games that you can play endlessly without burning your cellular data? In this extensive collection, we have chosen the best 10 offline games so that you can pick the desired game for uninterrupted play. As to which one you should pick to get started, it all boils down to your personal preference and, of course, mood. That all being said, let's jump right in. Starting off at number 10, we have Embracelet. Embracelet is a story critically acclaimed adventure puzzle game with a touching story. You'll find a heartfelt and sometimes romantic story of a teenager named Jesper, who inherited his magic bracelet from his grandfather. Now he's forced to leave the big city and go on an exciting journey to a small island to solve the mystery of the power of this bracelet. You'll have to solve complex puzzles using the magical powers and make choices that affect the end of this story. Think carefully before you commit hasty actions, because sometimes you just need to look back to the past to continue the path. Use the bracelet to overcome various obstacles, and remember that you'll never forget this journey. Moving on to number 9, we have Didi. As far as offline games are considered, Didi is one you should definitely check out. Didi is a very exciting adventure project with a good amount of horror notes in everything that happens. The main character barely wakes up after an exhausting dream and discovers that reality is far from the ideal of calm. A strange place, a minimum of light, frightening sounds and surroundings, someone's presence, creep events, and much more make him as productive as possible to find a way to escape from this maze of rooms. High-quality graphics, addictive gameplay, puzzles, intricate storyline, and a lot of other factors will please the fans of the genre. Coming in at number 8, we have Touchgrind BMX2. This is a BMX biking game where you can compete on many different racetracks, full of things to help you perform all sorts of tricks. You'll find tons of bikes and racetracks to unlock, even though it's not easy. Before you can get access to more bikes and tracks, you have to get a good score on the first urban level, which is full of jumps and obstacles where you can either get a lot of points or a lot of nasty falls. The control system is a bit difficult at the beginning and consists of touching the screen with 2 fingers simultaneously, with your fingers very close together. One finger has to go on the bike seat to start pedaling, while the other controls the handlebar and allows you to perform stunts in the air. Down to number 7, we have Riddle 2. This is the continuation of an adventure thriller with bright 3-dimensional graphics and difficult puzzles. But only in this case, the game has turned into a collection of mini-games and plot sketches. You'll have to drive a variety of vehicles through the streets of the city, complete tasks, search for objects, solve puzzles and secrets, and much more. This sequel also features original characters. The gameplay is straightforward and similar to first-person shooters. Control your character with the joystick on the left side of the screen while using the buttons on the right to duck, jump, and interact with the items. Next up at number 6, we have Russian Driver. Russian Driver is a car simulator and a real action game in the city of the Russian realties of the dashing 90s. Does it sound interesting? Feel like the atmosphere of an ingloriously bygone era and get the opportunity to plunge into the past, where you can choose one of the iconic cars of that time and go to conquer the roads of Russian cities, participate in local showdowns, and perform exciting story missions. You'll have the opportunity to try out more than 20 types of transport: SUVs, cars, trucks, minibuses, and even sports cars. Explore a huge open world, discover new places, and take on dangerous missions. Moving on to number 5, we have Wall of Insanity. This is a cool third-person action game where players will make a destructive raid through the underworld. The command of the police special forces during the storming of the sectarian fortifications disappears without a trace. A duplicate group is sent to search and clean up the territory, which turned out to be our main character. Well, then a series of wild and inexplicable events sends him to another world. Monsters, demons, undead, gloomy scenery, and everything else will be a risky test for him. It remains to rely on your training as well as an arsenal of firearms. Fortunately for him, the enemy doesn't tolerate excess lead in the body very much. Next up at number 4, we have Drones 4. Drones 4 is an action game where you fly the latest military drones, doing everything you can to support your troops down below by unleashing ruthless attacks against zombies. You'll have missiles, flares, machine guns, and much more at your disposal. You can fly more than a dozen different types of drones, each with its own unique characteristics. Some are more resistant to damage, others more agile, and there are even some best suited for hardcore attacks. Between levels, you can invest money in improving each of these attributes one by one. As you play the more than 200 levels that make up this game's campaign, you have to complete all kinds of missions. In some missions, you escort your units to a location, while in others, you have to defend a particular zone. Coming in at number 3, we have Louis the Game. This is an adventure RPG in which you will be able to unlock iconic moments from Louis Vuitton's history by mastering all of Vivian's unique abilities. Get into the action on the global leaderboards and collect all 200 stories as a way to celebrate the significant anniversary. Louis the Game challenges you to an adventure that feels reminiscent of The Legend of Zelda, and along the way, you'll be able to jump, run, and collect items. By collecting postcards and other memorabilia, you can learn about Louis Vuitton's history as well as customize your character. Currently, my character is wearing the Palm Springs mini backpack, and her flower head features petals in black, brown, and orange, inspired by the signature LV prints. Next up at number 2, we have Rush Rally Origins. The game will test your driving ability on forest trails, and if you've ever been to the forest, you probably understand that the terrain is quite rugged. Now, with these potholes and large logs lying in the middle of the road, the player is offered a realistic rally with a third-person view. The camera is located very high, so on the one hand, the cars look like toys, and on the other, the graphics are captivating with almost cinematic realism. The gameplay is about the same as in the entire Rush Rally series. The developers promise to add 36 new levels, locations, update global ratings, and add new cars. It will be possible to travel to different climatic zones, from forests to deserts. And finally, at number 1, we have My Time at Portia. Oh hey, I voice over in this game. Immerse yourself in the mysterious post-apocalyptic world of Portia. Explore its corners and collect various resources. Fight monsters and make friends among the friendly inhabitants of the city. Restore your father's workshop and become a skilled craftsman who will help the people of Portia to develop and prosper. The game combines elements of a life simulator and an RPG in which you can explore a huge open world. The action takes place in a post-apocalyptic setting where you and the main character will have to rebuild a workshop and start their own production. Engage in gathering, look for different resources, as well as run a small farm on the farm. There you go! So, these are our favorite picks for the top 10 best offline Android and iOS games. If you think that some games deserve to get a mention in this roundup, make sure to let me know their names as well in the comments. And that's everything that we've got for you today. I hope you've enjoyed it. So, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this. Once again, I'm Sarah. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!